Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Okay, so I want to get into a lesson starting off in Isaiah, the 13th chapter and the 14th verse. So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson to the elect. So I'll go ahead and I'll get straight into it. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 14. And this shall be as the chase row. That's right. During the time of Jacob's trouble, we understand that it's going to be people out here like hunting gazelles, man. Okay, we understand the things that's going to be going on. We know that martial law will be declared. We know there's going to be troops in these cities. Okay, we know these plagues will be sent upon this place. We already see that these plagues have been sent, but we understand that it's going to be intensified. It's going to escalate heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, which scripture goes into it in Matthew, the 24th chapter, about how the love of many shall wax cold. Okay, so we understand that it's going to get extremely bad out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so I'll read this from the top again. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 14. And this shall be as the chase road. That's right. So we understand that it's going to be people out here like hunting gazelles, man. Okay, continuing on. And as a sheep that no man taketh up. That's right. It says, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. We understand that it's going to be people out here not knowing which way to turn, not knowing who to call on, not knowing what to do, man, just completely confounded. All right. The scripture goes into it in Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. Okay. And who are the ones that's going to have that? The elect. Okay. While a lot of you people, you're going to be out here not knowing what to do, not knowing which way to turn, not knowing who to call on, man. Okay. I'll continue on. They shall every man turn to his own people. That's right. It says they shall every man turn to his own people. So we understand that every nation will be with their own nation during that time. Okay, continuing on. And flee every one into his own land. That's right. It says, and flee every one into his own land. Okay, you have seen how a lot of people came over here to America, which is Babylon the Great. A lot of heathens came over here and became very rich over here. And what a lot of them do, they went back to where they were from. Okay, and there's going to be a lot more people that's going to want to leave America, which is Babylon the Great, when they see how bad it's going to become over here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, but we know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be stuck over here, man, and they're going to get destroyed with this place, man. Okay, so I'll continue on. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. That's right. It says everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Okay, so we understand that it's going to be people that's going to get captured out here and they're going to get destroyed. Okay, continuing on. And everyone that's joined unto them shall fall by the sword. That's right, man. So we understand that there's going to be a lot of people that's going to get put to death during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we understand that a lot of the wicked of our people, they're going to be running to Esau. Okay, looking to get help from Esau during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, thinking that they known this guy in their neighborhood 10, 15, 20 years. Okay, thinking that they're going to be able to join with these devils. And we understand that these Edomites, they're going to show you their true horns during that time, man. And they're going to put a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, to death, man. Okay, that's what's going to happen, man. And we know, man, the wicked of our people, they follow the ways of this damn devil, man. Okay, so we understand they're going to get destroyed with them, man. Okay, we know 2/3 of our people will be cut off pursuant to Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. All right, so we know, man, as the scripture goes into in Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 21, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. So let me get what else I had. Let me get this in Zechariah, the 13th chapter, and I'll start at the 8th verse. This is Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, and we know that land is speaking about America, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, continuing on, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So we know that 2/3 of our people will be cut off here in America, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, we know that they're going to die here. Okay, continuing on, but the third shall be left therein. That's right. It says, but the third shall be left therein. And we understand the third is speaking about the 1/3, the elect that's here in America, which is Babylon the Great, that will be delivered. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll get this back in Isaiah, the 13th chapter, and I'll pick up at the 16th verse. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 16, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. That's right. So we understand that it's going to be a lot of people that's going to see their children get put to death right before them. Okay, there's not going to be anything that they can do about it, man. Okay, continuing on. Their houses shall be spoiled. That's right. It says their houses shall be spoiled. Okay, so we understand that it's going to be a lot of people that's going to get their houses invaded. Okay, getting their doors kicked in, getting their goods took. Okay, these are things that's going to be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, continuing on. And their wives ravished. That's right. It says, and their wives ravished. And what's that's going into? We understand that it's going to be women that's going to be raped during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and when you look around, you see that a lot of these women are extremely proud. Okay, a lot of these women, heavily support feminism. Okay, we understand that it's going to be a lot of women that's going to get raped during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so I'll continue on. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. And we know that the Medes is speaking about the Russians. Okay, continuing on. Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. That's right. So it's not going to be any amount of money that the leaders of America, which is Babylon the Great, can give to Russia to stop them from coming up against this place. There's not going to be any amount of negotiations that they'll be able to have with them to prevent them from coming up against this place. We understand that it's prophecy for Russia to come up against America, which is Babylon the Great, during World War III, the third woe, and send missiles over here to destroy this place. Okay, and we understand that the Lord is controlling the hearts, the minds of these kings, man. Okay, as scripture goes into it in Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord controls the minds of these kings. Okay, and they're doing exactly what the Lord wants them to do. Okay, so we know, man, it's gonna get very bad out here, man, during the time of Jacob's trouble, and we know it will be 200 million warheads that will hit America, which is Babylon the Great, during World War III, the third woe. Okay, so I'll get this in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, and I'll start at the 7th verse. Okay, this is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and we understand that we're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. Okay, I was mentioning the things that's going to be going on. Okay, we see that these plagues are being sent, famine, pestilence, the sword. We know that these things will escalate. We know that it'll intensify. We know that it'll get worse heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, like I mentioned, we know there's going to be martial law that's going to be declared. We know there's going to be troops in these cities. Okay, we know it's going to be checkpoints. Okay, we know that America, which is Babylon the Great, is divided up into 10 different FEMA regions. Okay, we understand you're not going to be able to move around as freely as you was once able to. We know there's going to be people that's going to be thrown into concentration camps. Okay, we know there's going to be people that's going to be put to death on the spot, man. Okay, we know there's going to be neighbors against neighbors. Okay, we understand there's going to be people that's going to be looking to take your goods from you, man. Okay, these are the things that's going to be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we know that it's going to be worse than anything that we ever experienced before, man. Okay, it's going to be worse than any captivity that we ever been in, man. Okay, that's how bad it's going to become out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and I'll continue on. But he shall be saved out of it. That's right. And who's that he that's going to be saved out of it? We understand that that's speaking about the elect, okay? The remnant that the Lord will protect and deliver, okay? So I'll go ahead. Let me get what else I had. Let me go to Romans. All right, let me get this in Romans, the 9th chapter. And I'll start at the 27th verse. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 27. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea. And we understand that our people are as the sand of the sea. Okay, if you ever been to a beach and you look at all that sand, you can't count all that sand, man. So we know that our people are innumerable. Okay, continuing on, a remnant shall be saved. That's right, it says a remnant shall be saved. Speaking about the elect, we understand that the elect will be delivered. The elect will be beamed up. Okay, and they'll be able to see the nuclear destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, from the chariot. Okay, when the Lord returns. Okay, we know that the Lord will deliver the elect. Okay, but like I brought out in Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8, we know 2/3 of our people will be cut off here in America, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, but we know before this place is destroyed, we know that the CHIP, which is the MOTB, has to be made mandatory. You won't be able to buy or sell without taking that CHIP, but if you take it, you will be destroyed. Okay, and we're constantly warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, to not take the CHIP, which is the MOTB. If you take it, you will be destroyed. Okay, but with that said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the elect, and I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.